But let me take you back a little bit. While we are busy talking about this corruption in terms of what the actual leaders are doing at different levels, let's also look at the environment in which they are operating from. Let's take, for example, the Francophone countries. When you look at the limitations which were set up by them signing the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization back in 1958, when you look at the fact that none of these countries print their own money, and they're not allowed to, none of these countries, over 40%, almost 50% of their food is coming from outside. The countries, the contracts, private and public, in those countries, the French companies have first right of refusal. When you look at the fact that their own mineral assets, the oil discovered, yet to be discovered, the minerals discovered and yet to be discovered, France has the first right of refusal in order to sell those resources. When you look at all that, their own military is trained by France. France has a presence in those countries. They're completely controlled by France.
But
what I'm saying is, when you look at the overall impact on those countries, what is being done, what is being stolen out of those countries by France? We're talking 500 billion in 1 year. I want a louder voice talking about that. We're talking about 50 billion in 1 year going out in terms of corruption. I'm also saying I want the loudest voices to talk about the 500 billion. But let me finish.
Yes, ma'am.
Because if this 500 was to stay in the continent, maybe we will have enough money to do more for the people. The Francophone countries are being left with about 15% of their reserves.
There are those, though, who have more money.
I'm saying, we're saying those have more money. It's a case of who's got the larger crumb. Let me finish.
Yes,
who's got the larger crumb of the crumbs under the table? That's all I'm trying to say. So we are busy fighting. No, because this is a very important issue for me. And we need to understand it as Africans for what it is. We are busy fighting over who got the larger crumb of the crumbs under the table. I am saying we should also take the bigger fight, which says I want the filet mignon on the table, I want the champagne and caviar on the table. Yes, the president got the larger crumb of the crumbs under the table. But let's take the conversation where it also needs to be and give that conversation the weight that it deserves.